Hey Aquarius, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. This is going to be your general reading for the second half of October. Please keep that in mind, okay? All readings are general, so they may or may not resonate. I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, you can contact me below in the description box to set that up. Thank you, my fellow Aquarians, for all of your support, your likes, your shares, your comments, donations, all of that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. Your energy here, guys, second half of October. Let's see what comes out. I feel like Aquarius, it's like a time to focus on what is surrounding you, who is surrounding you, what you're willing to put up with, and what you're not willing to put up with. I feel like this is a time where it's kind of like either show up or get out of the way kind of thing, because there could be people or situations that you might be putting your faith into them or putting your hopes into this, and then you're realizing like, what a letdown. And I feel like it's sort of your optimism, your happiness, your take on things is not necessarily what other people walk. And you're being shown this. So I feel like there's something around that. Let's take a look. Let's just see what the energy shows up with the cards. Six of Pentacles, the card of reciprocation. Who's showing up for you? Who's supporting you? Who's giving you? What are you giving back? The card of giving, being supported. What is this about? King of Swords, very Aquarius energy. Again, making your mind up, King of Swords. What you're willing to put your energy into, what you're willing to support, there's maybe a little more discernment. So I think Aquarius, you're starting to really discern and say, I'm going to help you, but I can't help everybody, but I'm going to help, I think that's a very Aquarius thing actually, is like, as humanitarian, as helpful as we are, we're going to focus on the things that are actually meaningful and purposeful. So you're discerning. You're learning who and when to cut off the supply to. There's the Three of Swords with the Five of Pentacles, yes. Who is the one that makes you feel left out in the cold? Who is the one that's going to stay a victim? Who is the one that's always struggling? It's time to go through that. There is something here that is indicating a sense of pain. And maybe this is very difficult to go through. I think it takes sometimes the difficulties of pain and being shafted and being, treated poorly to start making these discernments, to start saying, okay, who's complementing your life? Who shows up with you in the same way that you show up for them, in a generous mindset, in a generosity of energy, love, care, effort, whatever that may be. Let me just check in on that. Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Some of you may be having a hard time accepting the ending of something, okay? Because I think the King of Swords is saying, I'm having a really hard time removing my emotions from that, trying my hardest to emotionally detach, but it's hard to get them off your mind. You still think, or you're waiting for them to show up and give you, or you still wanting to keep showing up and giving this person. Hoping that the more you give, the more you'll get back. Roles can be reversed. Is this complimentary, yes or no? Queen of Wands. Struggling maybe because somebody else moved on, because that's the other person sometimes, the other woman, the other man. But she's also a very nurturing queen. Queen of Wands is very, very helpful, is willing to do and help and be there and show up. What is that? What's this energy? Yeah, the Seven of Swords. There could be a little bit of wanting to get even here for the pain that somebody put you through. Again, Seven of Swords. You've got a lot of this. I want to say, Aquarius, Sometimes no matter how much you try, you can't save everyone, or you can't, you have to, no matter how much you give, or no matter how much you try, or no matter how much you try to show somebody that if they would only take your advice, if they would only listen to you, if they would only, follow your ways, that you could help them out of this struggle, or you could help them see the other side to things. But sometimes you can't. And why did that come out for a second here? There's definitely, like, I think this individual or situation would start to take advantage of your help, your purpose, your enthusiasm, your confidence to see the change. Tell me about that. Why did the Seven of Swords come out? Yeah, the new beginning with Ace of Cups. I think somebody here moved on to a new person or a new avenue in their life. Doesn't have to be love, but it could be. And I think this is like, maybe not done in the most favorable way or the way you expected it. You're like, I feel really hurt that this person moved on, or you moved on like 3 days later, or something of that. There's a bit of like this pain and trying to accept it. What's this King of Swords thinking? What's the energy of the King of Swords? What's going on there? The Tower. Having a hard time realizing that this is not happening anymore, that you can't fix something. That there's somebody here realizing that you have to accept this ending, that holding this tower in place, trying to create a foundation with the Six of Pentacles by continuing to work at something that's feels like it's moved on to something new. So he's having a hard time. The energy is having a difficult time accepting the truth of the matter. I keep hearing like, how could you do this, It's like you see that I'm suffering, you see that I'm struggling. How could you do this? There could be a little bit of that for some of you. Try not to attach or get into a victim mindset, okay? But it could feel like that. It could be like kick you when you're down. What's the Six of Pentacles? Clarify that. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. I think it's a stop. Yeah, Five of Wands. Five of Wands. One more. This is actually causing conflict. When somebody is like continuing to try to show up, continuing to try to make efforts to try to win you over, or vice versa, try to fix a situation, try to hold up this tower, it's pissing them off. It's causing a conflict. It's like somebody who's trying to clear the space to build a new house. And it's like, it reminds me of my spider webs outside my door. There's so many spiders where I live, so many. And it's like, I keep clearing them off and they build up right again. They keep giving back. They keep trying to set up shop every day. I got to clear off like 5 cobwebs. And it's like someone who keeps trying to set up shop, keeps trying to help, keeps trying to not, it's actually causing conflict. It's creating conflict because it's like, why are you continuing to contribute to something that's moved on? There's a lot here, guys, of this, like the generosity, the giving. And that's why I was saying right away, I was like, when I was meditating, thinking, I'm like, it might be time to reevaluate or discern like who you're giving your time and energy to, and who's giving it back to you, and who's worth investing in, and seeing that this is something that you might have a lot of like, a lot of excitement for, a lot of enthusiasm for, a lot of like, and you're just like, you're getting retaliated against, or you're getting broken throughout it. You're being hurt along the way. What's this Ace of Cups? There could be a better use of your time and energy and offerings here, Aquarius. You know, you're kind of giving to you're fighting for the wrong cause. You're giving to a cause that's really never going to change or resolve. Lost cause. It's a lost cause. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. This is this other person moving on. Yeah, 8 of Cups. They've walked away. So you've got to accept someone here. Again, it could be you, Aquarius. Reverse the roles, flip it, reverse it, whatever you got to do. But the 8 of Cups is saying, like, this is not an easy thing to walk away from, but we have to accept that. He's also walking away here. But this card, in the book I have, this card talks about, like, although we're walking away from something, it's not easy. It's like you don't need to, it could start to come across a little desperate when it could be getting a little desperate measures, but I think he's walking away into a much, much broader horizon. And it's like you, Aquarius, have a much bigger cup to fill than what this person is filling for you. Or that you have a much bigger horizon, a much bigger plan, a much better outcome by letting go and seeing what is meant for you versus trying to reason or hope that somebody would see your care, your nurture, your generosity is going to be paid back, because it's actually causing more conflict. The more you try, the less you get, you know? The less you care, it's like when you stop and you don't care, it's so interesting when you're finally over it, when you're finally done, is when the energy shows up, it shows its face again. It's like, because I think ultimately we psychically we feel each other. We know when someone's trying or desperate or grasping onto straws. It's like when they stop caring and they walk away, it's hilarious when people call you back and you're like, that's old, that we're done. What's up? You know? What's the healing advice for Aquarius in this situation? I think you have to not only accept here, Aquarius, that this person or again, cross-watcher, not only accepting this person to move on, but also realize that there's a feeling here of like they've got their work lined up in that situation too. So that new job, that new person, that new thing, it's like, don't you worry, they got their work lined up for them over there too. It's not like it's easy breezy. It comes with its own set of issues. So they're going to be, it's almost as if, you made it easy for them because you gave so much generosity and you gave so much and you helped so much and you bailed them out or whatever. But this next situation, it's like, wait to see how busy they're going to be doing running around. Because you did too much of that for them. You did a lot of the running around here. You showed up more than you needed to. And it's okay to do that if it's reciprocated and if it's unconditional and it works and blah, blah. But you've done too much to help. It's like, if it's a job and you're doing too much to you're overdoing it, you're staying and you're adding all this added effort, and it's like you're not getting compensated for this. What's the healing advice for Aquarius? Then we'll close it off. Time to discern, Aquarius. The Six of Cups. We're not going backwards here. We are only moving forward. We're not going to go back to the past. Leave the past behind where it's supposed to be. See it for what it was. Take the benefit. Take the good. Wish them well. I've learned this lesson myself, actually, and I'll share this because the Six of Cups is the children. It's the past. It's childlike behavior. It's innocence. It's the joy. And I know sometimes it's hard to swallow when people give us this advice, but I learn things and I share them with my channel. And I've learned that, like, one of the things that helps make forgiveness easier or accepting of the pain that others inflicted is to see the innocence in them. Remember that they were a young little child at one point, or a little baby, and that they were, deserving and needing and worthy of love. But life and circumstances and maybe the way they were brought up or whatever tarnished and created all the trauma and the baggage that we're now trying to heal in life, right? So see them as, realize that we were all little babies that required love, that are deserving of love, that needed love. We were in our pure essence. So the true essence of all of us is true love and joy and contentment and fairness and happiness and the positive things of light. But as we grow up, we start to turn and we cause a lot of problems. So leave the past behind, but see the innocence in that person and say, at one point, you and this person and everybody else in this world was an innocent little baby. That's something that I remind myself when I want to attack for somebody who's hurt me or did me in or whatever. I want to get, especially Aquarius, man. It's like I want to truth bomb you down, right? But we gotta keep an eye on that. The true, cutting to the bottom of the deck. It's like Queen of Swords, oh fuck. Queen of Swords, cutting, man. Like, she can cut you with her words. Holy shit, I just said that. Yeah, we have to come from love. We have to show up with emotions of the Knight of Cups a little more. Flush it out with So that's interesting because the King of Swords could do the same, I think, but the Queen of Swords is very cutting with words, a very sharp tongue. And so, yeah, that's one thing I've had to work on. I have an Aries moon, so I think we all have the ability, but I can really machine gun with tongue, with words, man. It's not good. I don't do that, but I have. Brutal. Okay, Aquarius, what's the wisdom of the Tao say? Again, this is where our practices help us. Whether you do Buddhism or your spiritual path, it's to help you come from love, from innocence, to see it in that versus seeing it as a target. How can I attack that person back? How can I bring them down to feel the pain that I'm going through? You don't need to do that. Walking away, 8 of Cups is enough. Wish them with love. Lovingly detach. Right there. Ace of Cups, 8 of Cups. Lovingly detach. Walk away. Because the 8 of Cups is very hard to detach. We have to walk away. We want to walk away. We don't have a choice but to walk away. Somebody walked away on us. We have to detach. It's hard. Lovingly detach. Lead. When in a position of leadership, make logical and courageous decisions. You may experience sorrow or frustration and feel overwhelmed, but still you must do what you must. Do what it takes, even in the face of disapproval. Results matter. For some of you, if you're in a place of leadership, because in a position of leadership would also be very much the King of Swords energy. So there could be something here, again, whatever connection, relationship, dynamic, it's about making logical and courageous decisions at this time. But you are, that's the thing, you are experiencing some sorrow, some pain, some betrayal, some deceit. But it's like, yeah. Emotionally, you may want to attack. Logically, that's only going to serve a short-term purpose of feeling better. So think it through, Aquarius. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this reading helps. I want to wish you all the best. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Take care.